difference, I think the thing about credit unions that people really don't appreciate, all right, because at the end of the day, financial institutions all do the same thing. There's no difference in what we do. What makes credit unions unique are the leadership of the credit union. Over the years, there have probably been 180 to 220 volunteers that have taken on this credit union, been on board positions, supervisor committee positions, credit committee positions, all kinds of committees. And what people don't realize is that if you're a board director of this credit union, you're under the same pressure, the same liabilities as board directors of its bank. The difference is the people that do it at this credit union do it for nothing. Okay, you get paid at other places. Here you don't get paid. But you're still expected to know everything all those other people know. And these are not, these are just good-hearted people that are trying to do things for the people they work with. They had to learn an awful lot because there's an awful lot to know. There's, as you've been here any time at all, there are more regulations floating around here than anybody can name. And these guys had to have a working knowledge of all that. Show up month after month at meetings for a ham sandwich is what they got for pay, okay? Had to go through audits and exams, everything everybody else goes through. So those are the real heroes here. And I worked with some really phenomenal board members over the years. I mean, it's just really been a treat, the people I got to go with. From there, the second part of the equation is the staff. You have to hire the right people. And we've been very, very fortunate here. We've had some really, really good employees. And they have been faithful, determined, because these places don't stay in business unless the people that you're working with are determined that they stay in business. It's my relationships that I was able to have with all these people over the years. That is what I treasure most about what happened here. Not that we, put all the assets on the books or made all the loans we made or any of that stuff. It's the people that we were able to work with. There are some situations you just can't fix. As much as you would like to fix them, all right, they're just beyond your purview to be able to do that. And over the years, there were loans we would have really liked to make that we just couldn't make, or repossessions that we really didn't want to make that we had to make. You have to have policies. You have to have certain guidelines that you work by. But it seemed like invariably, whenever we would come up with some kind of policy or some kind of guideline, within 60 days there was an incident where I was going, dang it, now what am I going to do? We'd have to stretch this a little bit to make it work. But that's the difference between credit unions and financial institutions, where we were always stretching to find things that could make it work for someone. The other people would just say, sorry, we don't do that. That was the end of it. We never really came up with that. I didn't like that answer, and most people knew I didn't like that answer, so most of them were always trying to find a way to. I didn't always want to know how they wiggled around it, but I was okay that they wiggled around it.